What's up, everybody? And today we're reacting to the M61 Vulcan is a Gatling gun on steroids. This is from US Military News. We've watched some of their videos before. They're absolutely brilliant. There will be a link in the description if you want to watch the video without me waffling over the top of it, if you want to do that. Also, I have new audio equipment, and this is the first time recording with my new audio equipment, specifically a mixer. I've gone from a Go XLR to a Rodecaster Duo, and I'm hoping that this sounds crisp for you guys, and I hope that you enjoy my lovely, beautiful voice. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, we got some good videos. We got a video today. We got 2 videos today, as usual. Check them out. Links in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Over 90% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so please, please subscribe. It helps with that mysterious YouTube algorithm. Other than that, let's shut up and let's watch. There we go. I just realized that my mic wasn't on this part of the video. So the whole video, you wouldn't have heard me. It would have been just me like, it would have been me like this. Anyway, let's shut up. Let's carry on watching this. Let's turn subbies on as well.
The M61 Vulcan is a Gatling gun on steroids.
True. Oh my god, it wasn't stopping. Whoa, what was that noise it made after it then? Like, was that it as well? Listen. That bit. What was that next bit then?
It's impossible with the human eye to see a bullet as it leaves the muzzle of a gun.
Oh my god.
But in the case of the General Dynamics M61 20mm rotary cannon, it isn't just a single bullet that can't be seen, but literally hundreds each second.
Yeah.
With a rate of fire that exceeds 6,600 rounds per minute, that's more than 100 rounds leaving the barrels each and every second.
Oh my god. Think about that. Every second, 100 rounds are getting down. 100 rounds every second. You can't even like fathom that, can you really? That's absolutely nuts. Oh my god. I've shot a minigun off the side of a ship before when I was doing anti-piracy. But that has nothing on this. Oh my days. There it is. So obviously we've seen this gun on other things before we've watched on this channel. We've seen it on that weird minion-looking drone thing that targets people. And then we've seen it on aircraft, and we've seen it mounted on ships. But I wanted to watch a video that deep dives into the actual weapon itself and not just the thing that it's mounted to. Do you get what I'm saying?
The key to this is the barrels, 6 of them, which are electrically driven, allowing for both the lightning-fast cyclic rate and in helping keep the barrels from overheating.
I'm surprised they're electrically driven. I didn't know that. I thought that they would be powered. I mean, did I think it'd be powered by the actual weapon itself, by the mechanics of the weapon? I guess I didn't really think of it, but I didn't expect it to be electrically driven. That's very interesting.
This also increases multi-hit probabilities when compared to a single barrel.
Oh my god. Bit of wobble on that barrel there. I guess it's not wobble on the barrel, it's the mount that it's on. Oh my god.
The Vulcan War Born.
It's a beast, isn't it?
While this might seem like cutting-edge 21st century technology,
look at that. Look at that. Absolute unit. All we need now is to see a Space Marine carrying one and just getting the rounds down from the hip.
The original M61 was developed after World War II by General Electric and first introduced in 1956.
1956. It's old. It's really old, and yet it's still as good as it is. Isn't that absolutely mental?
but the concept to utilize multiple barrels dates back a century earlier. It's based on the Gatling principle, which permits a high rate of fire while also reducing heat and barrel erosion. The M61 Vulcan is the deadly weapon of the Civil War-era Gatling gun, developed by inventor John Gatling, who wasn't looking for a more effective killing machine. Rather, he developed his rapid-fire gun as a response to the carnage he witnessed during the American Civil War. Gatling saw how many...
He saw the carnage and thought, I can top that. Give me 6 barrels.
more soldiers died of disease than from gunshots, and sought to develop a weapon that could supersede the need for large armies, and believed that deaths from the disease would be diminished. General Electric...
I feel like his thinking there is not very smart. Yes, deaths from the disease might be diminished, but they would be overtaken by people getting absolutely rattled by this long boy. Do you know what I mean?
Took up Project Vulcan in 1946 to develop the 20mm rotary cannon that could be capable of firing 7,200 rounds per minute.
Oh my God.
The use of multiple barrels minimized barrel erosion and heat generation, which prolonged the weapon's life.
That only makes sense if it wasn't shooting 100 rounds per second. Because even if it was one barrel and you divided it by 6, that's still a lot of rounds per second. Do you know what I mean? So it defeats the object, it defeats the point. It's just getting a shit ton of rounds down now. It's not the same meaning anymore behind it, is it?
In modern aircraft, the M61 was designed to be hydraulically driven and electrically primed. It was also developed to utilize a linkless ammunition feed system.
Oh my God.
A new Gatling gun? With the development of jet aircraft, engineers with the United States Army Air Force determined that a higher rate of fire would be necessary and determined that single-barrel revolver cannons would not be up to the task.
So they sat in a room and they're like, we should have 6 barrels. It's completely necessary. We need to shoot 100 rounds a second. It's necessary. We can stop people from dying with diseases. This is the idea. We'll stop people dying from diseases, and we'll do that by shooting 100 rounds per second, lads. Let's go!
Instead, designers of the Armament Division of General Electric considered the 19th century concept of utilizing multi-barrels instead. General Dynamics, which acquired the Armament Division of General Electric...
Can I just pause it while he's talking about all the different people that have done it? Look at the thickness of the barrel here and how it tapers off down near the other end. There's pretty substantial difference there. I want to know... I mean, it looks like, if you look at this, I don't know if you can see my mouse, right above here, right here, you can see the, it's kind of indented a little bit. My presumption is this is just an extra bit, so it's not like it's getting thinner, it's that it's thick up until this little barrier right here, and then it's thinner. And then it looks like right above my head, like right here, it gets smaller again. Now, I'm wondering what the reason... Obviously, I know that the big issue with shooting a lot of rounds quickly is the barrels melting, which is a very obvious issue. But I'm wondering at what point is it okay to get thinner without jeopardizing barrel heat, right? You're shooting 100 rounds a second. Like, that's a lot of heat, you know? It also gives the illusion like the barrels are getting closer together, doesn't it? It gives that illusion, but obviously it's not. Interesting.
Currently produces the M61A1 and M61A2 improved versions, with the latter being 20% lighter, and is meant for applications where weapon system weight reduction is critical.
So aircraft and stuff.
Most aircraft versions of the M61 are hydraulically driven and electrically primed.
Interesting.
The gun rotor, barrel assembly, and ammunition feed system are rotated by a hydraulic drive motor through a system of flexible drive shafts.
I'm wondering how many rounds it can actually... I mean, at the end of the day, it depends on how many rounds are attached to it, but the specifics I want to know is accuracy, range, bursts of rounds. Like, how many bursts of rounds can you actually do before you've got to knock it on the head and the barrel's mounted and you're destroying the actual weapon? They're kind of like the 3 major things, right? They're the things you want to look out for. It doesn't, because it's chain fed, you could literally have an infinite amount of ammo on there. But at some point, that barrel's going to break, right? And you're going to get stoppages. So I'm more interested in that than anything.
The round is fired by an electric priming system where an electric current from a firing lead passes through the firing pin to the primer as each round is rotated into the firing position.
Interesting.
A lighter version of the Vulcan developed for use on the F-22 Raptor, designated M61A2, is mechanically the same as the M61A1, but with thinner barrels to reduce overall weight to 202 pounds.
Interesting.
The rotor and housing have also...
So my presumption is the thinner barrels on the aircraft means the aircraft can do smaller bursts. They're just going to have to do smaller bursts. I'm presuming that's all it is. And it's probably set on their... in their aircraft on how long the bursts can be, I'm presuming, unless they do it completely manual.
Also been modified to remove any piece of metal not absolutely needed for operation and replaces some metal components with lighter weight materials.
Interesting.
The FA-18E F Super Hornet also uses this version. The Vulcan's rate of fire is typically 6,000
No matter how many times you hear that, it blows your mind, doesn't it?
rounds per minute, although some versions, such as the F-106 Delta Dart, are limited to a lower rate.
Okay.
And others, A-7 Corsair, have a selectable rate of fire of either 4,000 or 6,000 rounds per minute.
Interesting.
The M61A2's lighter barrel allows a somewhat higher rate of fire, up to 6,600 rounds per minute.
Wow. It almost, like, you can't even hear the individual rounds. It's just beep, like that. It's weird. I can't believe I just did that on mic. Beep. I'm a fucking idiot sometimes, aren't I? You see the accuracy there? Oh, that's a big grouping, right? Obviously, it's an aircraft, so maybe not. I don't know what you would consider a good grouping being in an aircraft. Like, that's way out of my expertise. You remember, I learned with assault rifles on the ground. I was trained with the SA-80. I was trained with a sharpshooter. I was trained with a shotgun, GPMG, Mini-Me, the handgun, which was the SIG, I think. God, it's been so long. What else was I trained with? Yeah, the minigun on the ship. What else did I use? I shot an AK. And I shot something when I was doing Special Forces. I was playing enemy for the SBS when they were in training. And I was using a weapon. I can't remember what it was that I used. And it was only firing blanks, so it wasn't like... It didn't really matter. Yeah, I wonder what that was. I can't remember. Anyway, I digress. What I'm trying to say is my idea of grouping is not the same as what a pilot's would be. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that looks like a really large grouping for me. But at the same time, speed of the vehicle, speed of the aircraft, the direction of the aircraft. Obviously, it's going to be going face on with these weapons for the aircraft because they're not like, it's not like it can shoot from the side or whatever. So it's got to be straight on. Does the aircraft have to pull up after it shoots? Like, there's so many... There's way more factors, isn't there? There's so many more factors.
Applications and first combat use. The Vulcan first entered aerial combat on April 4th, 1965.
1965. That is crazy, isn't it? Also, the size of this here, where the round can come out, that's worrying, isn't it? Like, this weapon has got to have zero wobble on it. Because if you hit a little bit on this, like, that is incredibly dangerous. Like, to have the barrels not protrude and be cleared, having your muzzle not cleared is crazy, isn't it?
When 4 North Vietnamese Air Force MiG-17s attacked a force of 10 escorting North American F-100 Super Sabres and 48 Vulcan-armed and bomb-laden F-105 Thunder Chiefs, shooting down 2 of the latter. The first confirmed Vulcan gun kill occurred on June 29, 1966, when Major Fred Tracy, flying his F-105 Thunder Chief with the 421st Fighter Squadron, fired 200 rounds of 20mm into a MiG-17 that had just fired a 23mm shell through one side of his cockpit.
Oh my
and
God.
which exited out the other side.
Oh my God.
The MiG-17 flew in front of him after making his pass. Major Tracy opened fire on him.
Oh my
the Vulcan
God.
was later fitted into the weapons bay of some Convair F-106 Delta Dart and...
I feel like he just brushed over that like it was nothing. So he got shot, he went straight through his cockpit, in one side, out the other. And then this aircraft went past him and he's like, fuck this guy. Beep. And just got him. Holy shit. Confirmed kill. Wow.
General Dynamics F-111 Aardvark models. It was also adopted
We just watched a
as
video on that.
standard in the Teen Series Air Superiority Fighters, F-14 Tomcat, F-15 Eagle, F-16 Fighting Falcon, and F-A-18 Hornet.
Wow.
Other aircraft include the AMX ground attack aircraft and the F-22 Raptor.
So there's a lot of the aircraft here that we haven't done videos on yet. Let me know what you want me to watch next. Comment down below.
It was fitted in a side-firing installation on the Fairchild AC-119 and some marks of the Lockheed AC-130 gunships, and was used in the tail turrets of both the Convair B-58 Hustler and
The tail turret. Oh my God, look at that. It's shitting rounds at 100 rounds per second rate. Oh my days.
Boeing B-52H Stratofortress bombers. The M61 is also the basis of the U.S. Navy Mark 15 Phalanx close-in weapon system.
We did a video on that as well. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. Oh my God. Hopefully that isn't too loud for you guys. Turn it down a little bit. Oh my God, sounds like me after a curry. Someone puts a tiny bit of spice in my curry. That's what it looks like as well. Great video, as always, by US Military News. There'll be a link in the description if you want to go and watch the video without me waffling over the top of it. Go and do that. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps with that mysterious YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to check out Dreadnought MEADERY in the description for my new projects with me and my brother. Other than that, I've got a good video this afternoon at 4 p.m. British Standard Time. We're talking about UFOs. It's going to be a good one. See you there. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.